Venezuela is plunging deeper into economic chaos as the political tug-of-war between President Nicolas Maduro and opposition leader Juan Guaido shows no sign of being resolved. Living conditions for millions of Venezuelans are worsening due to power outages and shortages of food and water. Now, Maduro has introduced a plan to ration electricity, and that's likely to further fan anger on the streets. Laila Humairah has more.
A shortage of food, electricity, and now water. To survive, Venezuelans are finding their own sources of water, even if it may not be safe to drink.
We collect water from a well here. We don't know if the water is potable, but we still fill our bottles with it.
Last month, 2 power outages plunged the country into darkness, affecting millions of households and disrupting thousands of businesses. Electricity returned last week, but power has been intermittent. President Maduro blames the power cuts on US-backed sabotage, but opposition leader Juan Guaido says it's the result of years of corruption and mismanagement. On Sunday, Maduro announced a 30-day plan to ration electricity and pledged to fix the grids.
I am concentrating on recovering everything that has been damaged during this electrical attack, with a gradual plan to recover electrical services to our people.
The government is also closing schools and cutting down working hours for the month to reduce the burden on generators. The outages have fueled anger amongst Venezuelans who say they've had enough of the economic crisis. They've been protesting in the capital Caracas and other big cities to demand the return of basic necessities.
These things are in our constitutional rights: having water, having electricity, having a phone, to be able to live. We can't live here.
The international community needs to focus on us because we are dying. People are dying in hospitals, kids are abandoned on the streets because there's no food. Please help us.
Maduro is promising a quick fix to the electricity crisis, but many Venezuelans are demanding more action from the government to bring back their livelihoods. Laila Humairah, TRT World.
Well, let's get more on the story now with Juan Carlos Lamas, who's in Caracas. Hi, Juan Carlos. It does seem very strange, doesn't it, that for a country with the world's largest oil reserves is now being forced to ration electricity. Tell us what's behind this power crisis.
Well, that's the big question. The reasons behind Venezuela's constant power failures are not clear. The Venezuelan government has said it has opened an official investigation. President Nicolas Maduro has said the blackouts are a result of terrorist attacks that are targeting Venezuela's Guri Dam, which provides electricity to most of the country. Mr. Maduro has accused the Venezuelan opposition and the U.S. of being behind the attacks. But Venezuelan opposition and some electricity experts say the power failures are nothing more than the result of an old electricity system suffering from neglect, underinvestment, and disrepair. But something is for sure: these power blackouts are costing Venezuela hundreds of millions of dollars in losses to the oil industry, commercial and service sectors. And for many experts, a solution for this is far from over. President Nicolas Maduro appeared on national television from an unknown location, and he did not provide any information on how the government planned to restore electricity in the country. And he asked Venezuelans to be patient.
Interesting. We also know, as we heard in Laila's story, that Venezuelans have been grappling with food and water shortages for much longer than this power situation. Can you describe to us what is that situation like at the moment and what's being done about it?
Well, tempers have been rising and a sense of hopelessness is growing across the country as water and electricity remain scarce. Over the weekend, people took to the streets in protest. On Sunday, people in Caracas demonstrated near the presidential palace. Security forces broke up the protest. Gunfire reportedly broke out as pro-government groups opened fire to prevent protesters from continuing. President Nicolas Maduro has announced there will be power rationing for the next 30 days. Schools and universities will remain closed, and private and public institutions are allowed to work until 2 p.m. local time. Public transportation is also shut down, and in some parts of Caracas, it's been a week since residents received water, and many people fear the situation won't get better anytime soon.
Okay, Juan Carlos Lamas, we will have to leave it there, but thank you for that update from Caracas.